Hello, my friends. It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And we have a legendary show for you this morning. As always, my friend here, Ollie, is calling in all the way from Singapore. And the beautiful thing here, as always, my friends, is that all of our guests on the show are, in most cases, brand new. In some cases, first time they've ever gone live, or certainly one of the first times that they've ever gone live. So you are hearing the transparent, authentic, no holding back, nerves and all interviews and success stories and behind the scenes challenges, ups and downs. We don't just talk about all the good stuff. We actually like to talk about the challenges. We like to talk about what people have overcome, so everybody can not feel so alone in their own journey of success. I know I certainly have had my fair share of challenges, and I talk about them all the time on this show. And so, my friends, welcome to the greatest marketing show on earth. It truly is, not because it's the most popular, but because it's the realest, right? And it may be the most popular. Hell, I don't know. We have 400 to 600 people watching live every single morning and thousands more that are listening to the replays. But regardless, what makes this show great is you. It's all of you watching, leaving wonderful, warm, validating, affirming comments. And it's also our absolutely legendary guest. And this morning, we have, as I said, a former athlete coming all the way in from Singapore. It's 11 p.m. there. How are you, my friend? It's 11 p.m. all the way over there in Singapore. Thanks for joining us so late.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I've actually been looking forward to this day for super long, and it's actually one of the real reasons why I really came on and took on the challenges because I actually saw one of these lives way back like 4 months ago. I think it was with Jew and one of the affiliate marketers here. And after watching it, I got super excited and I was like, hey, I'm really motivated and I want to be on here one day. So I'm super happy to really be here one day. Today's the day. So yeah, super excited.
Well, hey, it's our pleasure to have you on, and we have such a wide range of people on the show, young, older, here in the United States, Europe, Asia, and it's really fun to have somebody on this morning from Singapore, one of my beloved countries. I've been to Singapore before, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm so glad to have you on. Now, tell us how you found Legendary. I mean, obviously, you heard a Wake Up Legendary about 4 months ago. Was that the first exposure? Just let us know kind of how you found us, what you were looking for. Do you think you found what you were looking for here, and what led you up to the point of initially making the decision to take our 15-day online business builder challenge and get started with our training?
All right, cool. So basically, a while back, it was like 4 months ago, I was actually a full-time athlete. So I was training football every single day, had 2 sessions a day, morning and evening. So I barely had time to do much. And one day I was at a game and I was doing my thing, just playing the game. And something really badly happened where I got tackled and I tore like a ligament in my knee. And from that day onwards, my entire life completely changed. Is because I had to go for surgery. Basically, my career, you could say my career was over, is because I lost everything. I lost like my connections. I lost my club, and basically, I was basically gone from the football scene. And
Yeah.
what happened was that one of the days where I was super free, and I thought to myself, hey, since I have a lot of free time, I might as well, just go on the internet, just have a look, see what I can do to support my family. Because let me tell you, the amount to pay for surgeries nowadays is insane. It's about like upwards of 10,000 or more. And what happened was I stumbled across this really cool website, like you said, Legendary Marketer. So at first, I had to do my research. So I was like, okay, on the Forbes list, it's really good testimonials from people that have actually gone through the course. And I was super skeptical naturally. I was super skeptical naturally is because it's something that I've never done before in my life. I'm a full-time athlete. I've never seen this type of things before in my life. So, and once I got on like the program, I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. So let me just give it a try. So I paid for the $7 course. And I ran through it and I saw all the videos and I realized something that, okay, it's a course where they teach you all the basics and how to get started. So I started to apply it naturally into certain things that I'm doing. For example, I got into contact with one of the companies that I loved, which is a company that they deliver pre-made foods in Singapore. And they actually got back to me. They loved my idea, and I got in a really cool partnership with them, which is super amazing. That was with the $7 course only. And afterwards, I was like, hey, this is actually pretty good. So I actually bought the blueprints after on day 5 when they recommended it to me. And the information inside is super insane. It's because after I got the blueprints, they helped me to set up everything. They gave me all the tools necessary to really set my business up for the future. And what happened afterwards is that it's because I loved the course so much, I started promoting on social media. I started sharing with my friends and family, and soon enough, it really took off from there. It took me about 1.5 months to actually see results. And one thing I can say for certain and for sure is that results don't come like instantly. It takes, effort takes time. And for me, it took up a lot of time is because I put in all the work when I was during the time when I was injured because I had nothing to do. I was like bedridden for like a few months. I couldn't run for like 3-4 months as well. Even when I could start going back to trainings, I realized that, okay, so my life has been football, 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 but now something else has come into my life, and I realized that this thing has helped me so much more financially as well as just putting myself out there. It's given me a lot of high value skills, allowed me to really show myself to the world and influence people positively and just be myself. And I would say one thing that has really helped me is to plan for the future. Like I said before, like I've said before, when after I got my injury, it's like when one door closes, that another one opens. And the one that closed was my football career, which honestly is still heartbreaking to this day. But the other door that opened was planning for the future, financially helping my family, as well as just putting myself out there, being a positive influence. I've never thought to myself that I would be here ever before. I thought I would just be like playing football my whole life, but here I am, trying my best to do as much as I can for my family as well as my friends, and just coming on here, sharing my experiences, and I'm super happy to be here.
Well, that's really a tough experience you went through with the injury, and I can imagine that was heartbreaking and disappointing. That's the one thing in an athlete's life that they don't want to happen. Anything else, athletes like yourself, real ballers, real professional, awesome athletes like yourself can deal with anything out on the field, anything at all. But when injury strikes, it's life-changing, and it can completely pull the rug out from under somebody's feet. And the way that you have transitioned and adapted to this new circumstance is truly a lesson for all of us to take away, and it's inspirational because look, my friends, we've got 460 people that are watching just live just this second. How many of us have had a life-changing situation that have happened over the last year, over the last 2 years? I mean, for God's sakes, did anybody just go through a pandemic? I know I did, and the ability to be able to pivot from something that was so life-changing. There's a lot of people who are still sitting there going, what happened? What happened? And here you are showing us what to do when something tragic, when something serious happens. So did you ever imagine yourself as a marketer? Did you ever imagine yourself as an entrepreneur? I mean, I imagine that this is all so new, and remind us also, what is the timeline here for you? When did you find us, start taking the challenge? When did you start marketing? Just so I can better ask the following questions.
So I started 4 months ago, so about around August, September, about there. And to be very honest with you, uh, I signed up, but I didn't start until a week later. So yeah, I started. I basically had no experience at all, like you said, like you were asking. I had no experience at all. The only thing I have is a business diploma. I took it like 2 years ago, and I actually finished it like about a year ago as well. And basically, I took up entrepreneurship and a bit of marketing as well, but nothing too in depth. It's more of like just the basics, just starting out as well. So not really too much about digital marketing as well as, you know, being really skilled in posting 7-second videos. So yeah, but basically about 4 months ago, I started out, and like you asked earlier, I had no experience at all. Just I watched a lot of videos from other creators just to see what I've been getting myself into. And I
Mm.
thought to myself, okay, look, since I already started the challenge, I might as well just go through with it and just put all my effort into it. Doesn't matter if I have to, show my face for like 7-second videos, or, do weird things online, as long as it's, for the greater good, it's for, the betterment of my future. And I think up to now, I definitely do not regret anything. I don't regret any 7-second videos I posted so far, even though they're a bit cringy looking back, especially starting out when I think my first video starting out is just me doing this, like sitting here just pointing to the screen and like text to appear. It's something that I can't forget, but I think as the more you do, the more that the hat throw, yeah, the more you do, um, I would say the more you get used to it, and the more you get used to the fact that, hey, you're gonna it's gonna be embarrassing for yourself because you're looking at yourself. But the more people, like a lot of people in general, when they look at these kind of videos, they're like, okay, it's just another guy promoting something else, and they'll just scroll past. They won't really like say too much. They won't think of you as like, hey, this guy's embarrassing, something like that. But
Right, right,
yeah,
right. I love that you're saying this so clearly and so plainly, and I love it
yeah, yeah,
because we really do we we get our feelings that we have about seeing ourselves are exaggerated. Nobody else really cares that much. We act as if here in America, I don't know what it's like over in Singapore, but once a year, the president delivers something called the State of the Union Address, and the whole country watches. Well, a lot of us act like the very first video we post online is like the State of the Union Address, where the whole country is going to be watching. And then we post it, and it's like 2 views, right? And it's like nobody really cares, but we're like all embarrassed,
yeah,
and we think that people are going to like our content and like us
yeah,
less than they
exactly.
actually do, and so we usually we just stop, we quit. I call it
Yeah.
we quit before the miracle happens. How long did it take you before you did start getting comfortable, before you did start getting confident on video? And how has this process of becoming an online marketer, developing these skills, which these skills, as you said earlier, are some of the most high income skills that you can learn in 2023, creating content, doing online marketing, whether that's affiliate marketing, whether that's creating courses, coaching programs, events. These are the highest, the upper echelon. If you think about what Tony Robbins does, if you think about what all of these influencers and these experts around the world, especially after the pandemic, that really forced them online to start creating content because they realized, oh my gosh, I'm at home and I don't know how long this is going to last. And so I need to be getting my message out there on the internet. So these are high income skills. How long did it take you to start building up your confidence and building up your comfortability on camera? And how has this developed your confidence and your self-esteem in this short period of time?
So, okay, to be really honest with you, I still haven't really got to that point where I'm super confident yet, because naturally, I think as a very introverted person, it's definitely going to take a longer time to like really get used to the fact that people are going to see you for who you are and see your content, and it's going to be on the internet forever unless you delete something. I can say right now, it's all about starting, and it's all about being consistent. So even if you have bad days, even if you have good days, it's always the point. The point is always that you have to keep going. You have to always post. You have to always keep up with the times, see what the trends are, constantly just be online. And like you said earlier, the high income skills, high value skills. These high value skills, it doesn't need to be from, it doesn't mean that it's all from the course. These high value skills can come from the fact that something you pick up along the way as you transition into online marketing. What I mean is, for example, it can be the fact that you have more experience when it comes to online marketing compared to other people. That's also a high value skill because you know the ins and outs, you know how to operate, and you know how to really show yourself to the world compared to people that don't know how to do it. Another high value skill you can really accomplish or earn aside from the course, it could be the fact that you're now at a point in your life where you're making a change compared to other people. You're committed to making change. One thing I see a lot when I recommend this the course as well as recommend people to start online marketing is the fact that they don't have the confidence to start. Once you start, that's where you really have the high value skills because you have that confidence, you have that mindset. The mindset is really important, like I said earlier, consistency and always showing up. So a lot of people downplay the fact that the high value skills have to come from something that is from the course. But one thing I like to tell people in general, as well as just share with people when I get into when they ask me questions and all that, is that starting is already considered a high value skills because you are programming your mind, you're programming a mindset where it's like, I'm ready to make a change. And that is something that a lot of people take advantage and take for granted of. And honestly, it's something that I really appreciate. And once I see all these small creators coming up as well, after I recommend the course, after I show them the course, as well as I see these guys really promoting and going online to market, I have huge respect for everyone that has really tried it out and hasn't given up until now, because it's hard. Honestly, it's hard. It's because it's like a job where it's like you have good days and bad days. Some days, you might have a good day where everything's going right for you, everything's doing amazing, and one day it's like your alarm doesn't ring, the alarm doesn't go off, you go to work, you spill your coffee on your white shirt, and it's just a completely bad day in general. But no matter what, just like how you spill coffee in your shirt, you have to finish your work day, you have to finish it and get home, which is what is happening right now. That's why I have immense respect for anyone who basically just starts and is still going to this day. Yeah.
Wonderful, powerful words. Very, very insightful for you to pick up on some of the maybe the secondary or the not so obvious high income skills that this and entrepreneurship really, because this ultimately is a school. What we have here is an online school for entrepreneurs with a focus on online marketing, and more specifically with a focus on 4 business models. We call them the core 4: courses, coaching, events, and doing affiliate marketing, selling information or selling other people's information. And we do that through advertising, whether that be free or paid advertising. We build sales funnels. We drive traffic into those sales funnels to generate leads. So we're building sales funnels. We're setting up autoresponders. We're writing copy. We're filming videos. Those are some of the obvious high income skills. But some of the not so obvious ones that you pointed out there are some of the most important ones, which are some of the skills that we often see people struggling with the most,
Yeah.
right? Because I think pretty much everybody can, set up your phone and film a video. Everybody can do that, right? I mean, you can hold your phone up and you can press the little red button, and you can start talking into the phone. Most everybody has the ability to be able to do that. But the ability to be able to hit post, the ability to be able to, when you say get started, the ability to be able to put something out there, even when you know it's not perfect, when you think it sucks, when you can't stand the sound of your voice, when you're cringed out to the max
Yeah.
because you think it's just, this is horrible. I'm never going to succeed, right? When you're battling all of your limiting beliefs, which all of us have, because a lot of the limiting beliefs that we have are just developed and adopted by society, just skeptical, negative people listening to them our whole lives, right? Just people just thinking small. It's hard to think any different. So you're now presented with this opportunity to be able to build a business, to be able to do anything you want on the internet. All of us are. We're presented with this opportunity to do anything we want. I mean, it's crazy. You know what's crazy about this world is that we can do anything we want, but we choose to be in fear and do nothing. We choose instead to care more about what other people think rather than what's in our bank account. We choose to, let our limiting beliefs hold us down, keep us down. And so you're right. The ability to be able to start something, and that would be anything, my friends. I mean, for example, some of us start to be parents. Some of us start to be husbands and wives. Some of us start to drive. Some of us start to be homeowners. Some of us start to have a stock portfolio and be investors. Those are all things that we're starting brand new, and nobody knows how to do them at first. It doesn't matter how many books you read. It doesn't matter how many times have we all said there's no book for being a parent? There's no handbook. That's like a common phrase in America. I don't know about in Singapore, but everybody says that all the time in America. They go, "Oh, there's no handbook for this. There's no handbook for being a parent." And the truth is there's not. You're just thrown into it. It's very easy to make a baby. It's very easy, right? And then all of a sudden, oh my God, we're having a baby. So you're just thrust into parenthood. And it's like, well, okay, we're starting this. And that's one of those natural things that we just start because of just how our bodies work. However, when we're given the choice to start something, and we can do anything that we want, I'm just blown away by this idea that any one of us can start anything we want on the internet, but instead we choose to allow fear to dominate us. What were some of the fears? What were some of the things that, what do you think your biggest limiting belief is, or the biggest thing that's standing in your way? Is it the confidence? Is it the tech skills? I mean, what do you feel like your kind of kryptonite? That's the thing that weakens Superman, that he needs to overcome. What is the thing that you need to focus on overcoming yourself in order to be successful?
I would say there's a few things when it comes to overcoming fear. So fear sometimes comes when you know that you already know what's going to happen, like at the end. So what I mean by that is, like, you're looking into the future. You're not looking at what's going to happen if you really try and start right now. So for example, most people fear that when they see like a dog, the first thing they fear is that, let's just say it's a really scary dog. The first thing they think that in their heads is, oh, it's going to bite me. But they don't think about the process to that moment itself, meaning that, okay, you're scared to post something online. Why are you scared? You're scared that people are going to make fun of you, people are going to shame you and all that. But what about the process that goes into it? And what about other things and other positives that come out of it when and if you do it? For example, yes, of course you're scared. Of course you don't want to be shamed by other people. But personally, I feel that I would rather take like a year or 2 years of shame from other people, but be successful in the third year. It's because being shamed it's temporary. The feeling is temporary, but being successful, enjoying it afterwards, you can enjoy it for like the next, I don't know how many years of your life. But being, you know, criticized, being shamed, being, you know, made fun of, that is something that is temporary. Is because, you know, if they have the time to make fun of you, it means that they are watching you. If they're watching you, it means they're gonna see your growth, and they're gonna see how far you've come. And that is something that's very important, because if they're making fun of you, if they have the time to make fun of you, it means they are still watching, they are still interested, and they're really, you know, want to see whether you succeed or not, so that they can really, you know, see what happens in the future. Maybe they want to stick around to make fun of you even more. But I would say the positive mindset, the positive thinking I get out of this is, if they have the time to make fun of you, means they have the time and they're still watching you your every single step. So basically, you have like free fans, you have a free few followers, they're gonna follow you all the way, and that's how I see it positively. I would say another fear, I think, I'm not sure really whether it's common for you guys, but Singapore is a very small country. It's like really small. I can get from one end of Singapore to the other end of Singapore in like an hour, 30 minutes. It's super, super small. And one of my fears is that I'll go viral and the entire Singapore knows who I am and they'll make fun of me. After 4 months, it hasn't happened. So the only thing that has happened so far is I got a few couple of shameful messages from my friends. They laughed at me. A few of them laughed at me. I won't say who, but you think about it, most of them encouraged me. Most of them told me that, hey, you know, taking this new step, you inspired me. You've said, hey, you know, you're doing an amazing job. You're trying something new that hasn't really been done or explored yet by my friend group or even my family. And they really, you know, they really want me to go all the way, which I'm very happy for and very proud to have these kind of friends and family. And I would say, like I said earlier, the fear only comes when you're thinking about the end product, meaning you're only thinking about like, okay, they're gonna make fun of my face, gonna make fun of everything, but why don't you have the mindset of, okay, there is naturally gonna be a bit of a period of time where I'm gonna be made fun of, but what do I really want out of all of this? What is the end? What is the real end goal? What do I want to achieve in the next few years? Do I want to let the fear of being made fun of for maybe like a year or two get the best of me? Or do I want to ride it out all the way, maybe for a year or two, and really succeed and really like after the third year, you know, succeed and do well and just be happy. And I trust me, I promise you, once you see results, you'll forget all the past, you know, situations where you make fun of. You'll forget every single situation because you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be enjoying life as, if were to put it politely, as you see money roll in your bank account. I don't think it will really matter anymore, like what people say about you. And honestly, that really drives me, is because thankfully so far, majority of my friends and family, especially my family, has supported me so much, and I'm super happy. As well as my fiance, I have a fiance. She has really helped me out so much, and I have a lot of friends and family members have supported me all the way. And one piece of advice I'll give you is positive thinking in any negative situation. So, like I said earlier, if you always constantly think of being made fun of, that is what you're gonna always be thinking about. But how about you flip it to a positive situation where they're gonna make fun of you for a while, but once you really do well, once you really go out there and show yourself that you can do it, these type of emotions will, you push it aside because you're gonna be confident in yourself. You're gonna know what you're worth, and after a while, you won't even be thinking about these kind of things anymore because you're gonna be at a stage in your life where you're enjoying. These kind of emotions are all in the past, and that's where I'm at right now, where I was scared, I was fearful, but now I'm at a point in my life where I'm more confident in myself. I've made results. I'm confident in who I am and what I bring to the table. And I would say that is something that I really want you guys to know, is because it's gonna be hard for the first few months, maybe even the first year, but it's gonna pass. Is because you're gonna reach a point in your life where you won't really matter anymore because you want to succeed. Your drive to succeed will be even more than your so-called fear of failure, as well as fear of getting made fun of. Yeah.
I just busted my hat. I threw it so
What?
hard. Ollie, my
Yo.
friend, I hope that you can take in some of this love. Mandy says, "Hi, Mandy. Ollie, you are inspiring so many on this call. I hope you know that. So proud of you for just showing up and keep going.
Oh, thank
Wise
you so much.
words, Oliver.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
amazing, strong mindset. So
What?
proud. What?
That's my fiance. That's my fiance.
Oh, ooh, hello,
Yeah.
Claudia. Hello, hello.
That's my
So
fiance.
proud of you, Ollie. Hi, Zafra. Um,
Thank you.
this man is going places.
Yo, that's one of
This
my close friends.
thank you, young man. That was gold right there.
Thank you.
If they are making fun, they are watching. Good point,
Yeah.
Ollie. They are watching. Kelly, I needed this call today. Thank you, Ollie. You are
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
Well said. I love that. Wow, this kid is spot on, says Rose. This, says Noel. So wise, Ollie. Who
Thank you.
needed to hear that about the shame, said Sandy. Yeah, that was very honest and very powerful. Your attitude is a superpower. I mean, just so many, yeah, gold nuggets. Great message, Ollie, says Becky. I mean, it's just, Mandy says, giving me all the feels, Ollie. Um, Another
Thank you.
great hat slam moment, great mindset. So good, Ollie, cheering you on, bro. Man, yeah, Dave, a hat throw, says another Dave. What a profound young man. Success is guaranteed for him. This man is evolved, said Angela. So, what is it like, man? Young and inspirational, says Zion. Amazing, thank you, said Simon. Um, what? So much gold, says Delia. Delia. Uh, Man, I mean, what is it like to hear some of these comments about, you delivering so much value, you being so inspirational, you being evolved, I mean, is this a confidence booster for you? I mean, and you had to have getting some of these comments out there online as well as you're creating content. I mean, what is this doing for your self-esteem and your confidence just in this moment? And can you relate it back to your sports career? Is this like scoring a goal? Is this like, I mean, obviously when you first started out at soccer, you were probably young and afraid and you probably weren't good, and then lots of
Yeah.
practice, and then you started scoring in games and people started
Mm.
cheering you on, right? And
Yeah.
eventually, is this a lot like that, at least in some ways?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, before anything, I'm actually okay, just like a quick side note. I'm actually a goalkeeper, so
Okay.
but I kind of get like what you're trying to say. So basically, like what you said, like okay, starting out, you're not as good, which is completely normal. And I would say for me, I'm on the shorter side. I'm only like, for you guys, it'll be 5'5". It's really short. So as a goalkeeper, I've always been like on the shorter side, and confidence is something that has to be something that you can inspire yourself. You know how to make yourself to a point where you know how to maintain your confidence, and when you're down low, when you're not doing well, you know how to bring yourself back up, and you know how to motivate yourself. So especially these kind of comments, it's always a good sight to see. It's always very inspiring, especially because I've been at this for 4 months, and I've I've gone through what probably all of them have gone through as well. You know, the hardships, all the good things as well. They come out of this program, come out of the last 4 months, and I would say the similarities are the fact that there are times where there's nobody around to motivate you.
Mm.
It's like you're facing the mirror and you have to talk to yourself. You know, especially when you're having a bad day and there's no one to talk to as well. You're sitting by yourself in your own room. You have to record another video, and it's like, and you don't really feel like recording. But who's gonna motivate you to record it then when there's no one around you?
Mm.
It's all about having like the inner voice where it's like, okay, it's a really crappy day. Sorry for my language. It's a really crappy day, and what am I gonna do now? Am I just gonna sit down here and do nothing, or am I gonna try and do something about it to make something better, or at least take one step forward to making it better. So I think there's this really cool saying where it's like, it's either you can be sad sitting down there on your own, you can be sad trying to create results. Because there's times as well where I played games and we lost the game, and the coach would say, "Okay, we're coming back the next day. You're gonna do training. We're gonna get back into training." But you lost the important match the day before. It's like, will you have the motivation to go to the next training, to show up again and put in the work, or are you just gonna be like, "Oh, I lost the match. I don't feel like playing. I'm tired. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of losing." Or are you gonna be like, "Okay, we lost one match out of the thousands of other matches I'm going to play in my life." Same thing as now. One post doesn't do well. This is going to be like one post out of the thousands of posts I'm going to post online. Right. For now, I posted about like 110 posts. Naturally, there's going to be like a certain amount of posts that won't do well, especially like maybe the first 10 to 20 that come out from your channel, especially when it's new. But out of these 20 posts, you're going to have a lot of transformation when it comes to your mindset. You're gonna be more hard-headed. You're gonna be like, okay, 20 posts, that's fine. It doesn't do well. Screw it. Keep moving. Keep going. Or you're gonna be that guy where it's like 5 posts in, you're like, it's not working. You're gonna blame the education. You're gonna blame this, blame that. But how about you shift your mindset? Like I said earlier, positive mindset. Okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let's review it and let's see what I can change. Let's see what I can do differently. I'll to be fair and to be honest, I didn't get here just based off the fact that I, stuck to one thing. I had to change along the way. I had to adapt. I had to really, keep my head down and keep looking forward. There'll be days where, there'll be friends, not even friends anymore, I guess. Like there'll be like random strangers commenting my post. What is this? This is terrible. Like you're tricking me. This is not real. It doesn't work. Then when I really show them the results right now, that's where you see them come back after like 2 months and like, can you teach me? Can you show me? Can you do this? Can you do that? And then naturally in your head, you know what you're thinking. In your head, you're like, this guy, like, didn't you say like last month, like you didn't trust me? Then now you're back, but from a positive perspective, it's like, okay, I'm here to teach you. I'm here to guide you no matter what. And I want to spread positivity, especially because there will be people out there, these kind of people probably went through a situation. If you think about it positively, they probably went through a situation where they actually trusted someone and they put their heart and soul into learning maybe what that guy taught them. But maybe they got tricked. Maybe they got scammed. I'm not sure I can say the word, but maybe they got scammed in the past. And what happened is now they're skeptical about everything. They're skeptical about everyone who promotes something. It's because they already had a bad situation in the past. They had something bad that happened to them in the past where they can't trust anyone, where they've given their money to someone, they've trusted them to teach them, and maybe they failed them. So in a way, I see these type of situations in a positive light is because I want to be the type of person where I will be honest with them and I will make sure that I am not going to be like one of those people that, really trick them to like giving their money up just to learn nothing, In all my posts so far, I can confidently say that whatever I post, I am honest, and to the point where if someone comments on my post, I will reply to them as honestly as I can, just to make sure that, whatever I say, they can trust and, they find me reliable as well. Because one tip would be the fact that no one will really see someone and be like, okay, this guy's trustworthy without really showing it. They don't know who you are. They don't know what kind of person you are off the screen. They don't know what kind of person you are like in real life. But they see you as your persona. Your persona is online only. So how you act with the people online, it shows, which is really important, is because, like I said earlier, be as honest as you can and just show them that you're here to really share with them. It's not about the money. It's really to really guide them and really just be a type of person where it's like, I'm trustworthy and I really want to help you.
I love that attitude of compassion towards people because you're right. We all are going through something difficult in some way. Even people who are successful financially have some sort of difficult, challenging situation in their life that they're currently overcoming. every single person in this world, not a single person does not have something that's stressful, something that's difficult. I mean, after all, I don't know about you over in Singapore, but there was a song here in America, a hip hop rap song called Mo Money, Mo Problems. Sometimes even more money can bring more problems, right? And so whatever your stresses are, whether you're hungry and you're starving for a meal, whether you're dealing with the loss of a loved one, whether you're dealing with a lack of income, whether you're working at a job you hate, whether in your case, you're dealing in overcoming a tragic injury that ended your sports career. Oh my God. I mean, I can't think of a dadgum more difficult and also disappointing. That situation could have changed you for the worse.
Yep.
But instead, what I sense from you, my dear friend, is that situation changed you for the better. And instead of sitting around looking at the glass half empty or all the way empty, you're saying, man, I'm going to make something out of that little bit right down there in the bottom. Little bit of water right down there at the bottom. That baby's not empty yet. I'm not gone yet.
Yeah.
And here you are. And my friend, you know, somebody asked how old you are. I believe you're 22. Is that right?
Yeah, 22.
What a man. If I was your parents, I'd be so damn proud. If I was your family, I'd be so proud. If I was your friends, I would be so proud of you, my friend. I just want to say that to you. I you know, the compassion that you're talking about here, having towards people out here on the internet, you are being the bigger person. You are demonstrating leadership, attitude, and skills. And that is also one of the high income skills that a lot of times we don't really acknowledge or realize we have the opportunity to work on, is being the bigger person. If you are going to be a business owner, which we all are, that's what we're choosing to do. That's what we're entering into, is entrepreneurship in business ownership. We have to learn how to treat people kindly, our customers. That is one of the most important parts of being a business owner, is that you know how to diffuse situations. You know how to take an angry customer and to make it right. This is one of the most valuable, you know, I cannot express to you how quickly you can ruin your business.
Yes.
If you have an angry customer, and this goes for any business, but if you have an angry customer who's disappointed, who feels slighted, scammed, like maybe they got a bad product, maybe they got a faulty product, maybe they had a bad experience, whatever, and they're angry and they're disappointed and they're all riled up, and then you meet them with that same anger and aggression and blame them. Oh my God, you ain't going to be in business for very long.
Yeah.
Your job, my job, any business owner's job is to meet your customers with compassion, with honesty, with integrity, to do whatever you can within your power. Now, it's not called bending over backwards. It's not called in being a doormat. We're not talking about becoming a doormat for people, my friends. There is a difference. We still have boundaries. We still have a spine. We still say what we mean what we say. But as you're saying, we don't have to be mean when we say it. And I think that is one of the most important high-income skills. You are bringing gold here, platinum, diamonds to this show this morning. I'm so excited for all the shows this week, because our guests have been bringing so many important topics. And this morning, what you're talking about with some of these skill sets that we have an opportunity to develop here through this process. Part of how you treat your audience out there on the internet when they're commenting, when they're just watching your videos and maybe making a decision whether they want to buy from you, that is a very important stage. And if we are out there commenting, being mean, meeting people with aggression instead of compassion, we are going to push people away. If we are shaming people for their beliefs or for their past traumas, as you said, maybe they did have a bad experience with something out there on the internet. Or maybe they just didn't do anything, but they think it was somebody else's fault. For you to kind of compassionately but directly, like we do here on the show, like we do at Legendary, hold the mirror up to their face and say, what is your part? How can you change this next chapter of your life? What can you do different that could create a new outcome? Instead of being mean and saying, well, it was probably you. You probably didn't do anything. Yeah. That's such a valuable skill. Compassion, kindness. Some people will buy from you just simply because you're compassionate and kind, even if somebody else knows more than you. But because, and I believe that that's probably 50% or more of why people make buying decisions out here in the regular real world. When you're buying a car from somebody might know everything there is to know about that car, but they're a jerk. Whereas maybe somebody at another car dealership doesn't know as much, but they're so kind. They're so compassionate. They're so gentle. They're so understanding. They're willing to work with you and just allow you the time that you need to be able to make that decision, but still follow up, still make themselves available. Man, I just have a hunch that the majority of buying decisions are made based on somebody knowing, liking, and trusting you, rather than thinking that you're the all-knowing guru. And so, my man, you are pointing out some very, very important things this morning, and I could not be more honored and privileged to have spent this almost hour with you here this morning, my friend. It's a real honor. I cannot wait to see your journey, to continue to follow you, to have you back on the show. You're a real inspiration to all of us here, to remind us that no matter how young, old, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what difficulties you've been through, you just recently going through that injury and having your whole life changed when you were on your way to, a very high level in athletics and sports, and now just 4 months later, to have picked this up and to be having the attitude that you have, my friend, it's a triple, quadruple hat. I mean, it's everything, brother. It's everything.
Thank you so much. It means a lot coming from you.
Hey, it's my pleasure. And come back and see me here in the near future and keep us posted on your journey. Okay, Ali?
Of course. Thank you so much.
All right, my friend. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right, my friends, please go follow. So go follow Ali the Marketer, OLLIE the Marketer. He's over on Instagram. I believe he's also over on TikTok as well. But you can start with his Instagram. Just get in his world. Get in his support group. Let him be a part of your support group, your community. We're all lifting each other up. We're all watching each other as we start this journey. Or as we start over, I have many people who I started this business with many years ago, and certainly not all of them are around because many of them gave up before the miracle happens, and that's okay. That's part of life. Not everybody sticks with everything. but those friends who still are in the industry, who still are chasing entrepreneurship, who are living a life beyond their wildest dreams because of the skills that they developed many years ago, those are the friends that I really love and cherish. And many of you are making some of those friends now through this community and through this new business venture that you're taking up on. And we couldn't be more privileged to facilitate some of those relationships right here on Wake Up Legendary and at our events. Speaking of events, coming up here, my friends, December 8th, I believe it's 8th. December 8th, 9th, and 10th, we are hosting another mastermind in Orlando, Florida. And if you have not ever been to one of our masterminds, my friends, it is a life-changing and wildly valuable and inspiring opportunity and event. Some of the best marketers in the world, some of the best marketers in our community show up there, speak there, train there. Of course, I'm there, shaking hands, having conversations, helping people to, change their lives, change their business, evolve in any way that we can help them do. And so we hope to see, we are going to see, it's a sold out event. I don't know if there's any spots available, but if you would like to attend, you can reach out to your business plan advisor, or you can reach out to support. You should have your business plan advisor's contact information. If not, you can go right into your back office and click My Advisor, and you can find all of their information. You can also reach out to customer support, SUPPORT, support at legendarymarketer.com, and get in contact with us. And we'll put you in contact with somebody who can get you signed up and enrolled. There may be a few spots available for some of you to come and show up to that. And it would be our pleasure to host you and help you to transform as we move into 2024. This morning's episode was a great reminder of what's possible, of what is within all of us, the ability to be able to pivot, the ability to be able to change, the ability to deal with difficult situations, life-changing situations. Ollie dealt with a life-changing injury in his athletic career that changed everything. And here he is, glass half full, inspiring us, inspiring his audience, building from the ground up, starting at zero, and already getting results just a few months in. Thank you so much for your time today, Ollie. That was absolutely wonderful. And my dear friends, whatever you can do for your business today, whether that's go through and finish the video that you're on in the challenge, whether that's complete the challenge, whether that's get into the blueprints, whether that's resume with the blueprints. Sometimes we get started, sometimes we start over. Either way, does not matter what you did yesterday. The only thing that matters is what you do today. Stay legendary, my friends. We'll see you back here tomorrow, same place, same time, for another episode. Get out of here. Peace.